In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a macaroon cake. The first thing I did was mix different pastel colors, and I started with a hot pink, mixed in a little bit of white, then I took some orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And now I'm just cutting out the little circles and making sure each layer is about the same thickness, and now I'm just going to line them up all on top of each other until I have them all assembled. And this is what all the slices look like once they are stacked on top of each other. And now I'm just going to cut out 2 cake slices, and I'm doing 2 because it's easier to see the actual inside of the cake if you do 2 slices. And this is what each slice should look like. And to give the cake texture, I'm just using a needle tool, and you can use a sewing needle or a needle tool. I got this one from a craft store. I think it was either Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but they're pretty easy to find, and you can just look in the clay tools section. And I'm just basically picking the cake apart. You don't want to swirl it or drag it too much. You just want to kind of pick it apart so it looks really fluffy, like real cake. And I repeated this process on each layer, and I did it 1 layer at a time because you don't want to move in between different layers because the colors might mix in with each other. And to make the frosting, I'm using DAP Quick Seal Silicone, and this one is a glossy white color. And it's important to use a silicone that has like a squeeze bottle instead of the ones that you need a caulking gun with, because these are a lot easier to use. All you do is cut off the tip, and then you can squeeze them out and use it. And I baked the cake before I put the silicone on because you can bake silicone, but it's a lot easier if you just bake the cake and then add the silicone frosting. And now I'm just going to make the little macaroons that are going to go on top. And so I'm using the same colors that I used to make the cake layers. And then I'm rolling a little ball out and then flattening it and texturing the edges to make it look like a macaroon. And then I'm going to fill each macaroon with white clay, and that'll look like the filling. And you just want to, I'm also using a needle to texture the edges of the macaroon. And now I'm flipping it over and making sure it's kind of rounded. And then this is what it looks like once it's finished. And now I'm going to add more silicone or frosting to the top of the cake. And I'm just going to work in sections because it might dry before you finish adding all the macaroons. So I'm just going to start with the blue and work my way through the rainbow colors so it'll kind of match the cake. And I also bake the macaroons before I put them on top of the cake so I don't have to bake them again. And the silicone frosting is really nice because it's really shiny and it looks like real frosting when it's finished. And it's a lot easier than mixing liquid clay and white clay together. So this is a really simple solution to make frosting. And now I'm adding the last macaroon to the top of the cake. And this is what the cake looks like so far. And I haven't finished the slices yet, but it looks really cute, and it has like a gradient effect because of the rainbow colors. And now I'm just going to do the slice of cake. I'm just going to add 1 macaroon on top of each slice. And once you add the macaroon and the frosting to the cake and the slice, you're finished. And this is what it looks like.